another, probably classic title, I guess. I don't know if it's on the classic list yet, but it's for the Xbox 360, and it is Condemned: Criminal Origins. Has anyone played this one yet? I've had some people ask me about it online. I've had a couple of emails asking me about it, so I thought I'd cover it. As far as the Xbox 360 is concerned, that is one of the top titles for it, in my opinion. You play an FBI agent named Ethan Thomas, who's on the trail of a serial killer. And apparently the serial killer mimics other serial killers and kills the serial killers. If I didn't make any sense there, sorry about that. But you're basically chasing a serial killer who's killing other serial killers. Make sense now? Okay. Should have said I like that in the beginning. The thing that sets Condemned: Criminal Origins apart is that you're not battling zombies, you're not battling mutants from outer space, you're not battling ghosts, and you're not battling the possessed, depending on how you look at this. You're going up against people that you can run into on the street at any given time. You're up against the homeless, the criminally insane, drug addicts, alcoholics, basic gangs of thieves. And they're all out to get you.
Ready for death, Agent Thomas. It shall come visiting again.
You run into them in dark buildings. You run into them in abandoned schools. You run into them in abandoned department stores, which is one of the creepiest parts of the game, is the department store, because there's mannequins in there, and some of the mannequins actually have people in them coming after you. One minute you go into a room, there's a bunch of mannequins around. Next minute you look around, some of those mannequins will move towards you. Pretty creepy stuff. And the music that's playing, it's like Christmas music, but it's all warped. Like no one shut the thing off after they shut the store down. A bunch of squatters in there out there to kill you. There's a bunch of squatters there to kill you. Sorry about the voice. Need some lozenges. But anyways, it is dark, atmospheric, and another thing about Condemned is you don't punch a code and get unlimited ammo and all the firearms you can carry. You're walking through this game, and anything you can find is what you use. You find a piece of rebar, that's your weapon for a while, until it breaks or becomes no good. A 2x4 with some bolts in it, that's your weapon. You may run across a gun every once in a while. Don't get comfortable. If there's only 3 shots in it and you use those 3 shots, throw the gun at someone, because that's all it's good for at that point. That false sense of security from other shooting games where you just keep loading and loading and loading and taking on everything that comes at you, doesn't happen. I believe in the second part of Condemned, if you beat the game, there's something where you can get a gun at each level and get unlimited ammo. That's fine, sure. But the original Condemned, Criminal Origins, no such luxury. You may get a cheat that helps you with your health. That always helps. But ammo, weapons, and that's what makes it challenging, and that's what makes it ultra cool and dark and creepy and scary. The gore factor could have been a little better. Like when you shoot someone or you bludgeon someone in the game, The blood basically comes out like black. So there's not a whole lot of blood there. As far as I'm concerned, the blood wasn't really all that great. But hey, it totally makes up for any lack of gore with the suspense and the girl factor, as I like to call it, where you start feeling like a little girl and you feel like, oh no, what's going on? There were some moments in there, I have to admit, they get a little creepy. Hook it up to a surround sound. Now you're living, okay? But remember the name, Condemned. I picked this up for, I think it was $9.99 used. Totally worth it. Absolutely worth it. And I think you can still buy it new for about $29.99. I'm not sure. But that's what Now it's time to get a little intellectual. Talk about a book that I read a while back. Maybe talking about one book in my entire life. No, it's a book that I read a while back. And since then, it served as kind of a guide for me as far as movie titles that you don't see mentioned in some movie guides. And the name of the book is Killing for Culture. Subtitled An Illustrated History of Death Film from Mondo to Snuff. It talks about movies like Faces of Death, Traces of Death, some exploitation films like Emmanuel in America, if you want to consider that exploitation. And, oh look, I found my old bookmark. Life is cruel, people. But it covers a lot of the Manson murders and Manson movies that came out. The movie Snuff, which was a horrible movie, but some marketing genius took it and tacked down about 5 minutes of extra footage at the end to make it look like one of the studio hands was actually murdered on the set. And that became a big to-do in a lot of people. I think that's what coined the phrase snuff, because a lot of women were around Times Square, and they're picking in the movie. They wanted the movie pulled from the theaters, and all they did was draw more attention to it and make people curious to see, what's going on here, what's this movie all about. So, but this book has been indispensable. I mean, it actually covers like some news stories about kids in Britain that were passing around a snuff film. The snuff film wound up being Faces of Death. 98% of that movie is fake, if you didn't know. I didn't realize, so I read this book, that there were different parts to the Guinea Pig series. That was a while back. A lot of people told me about, my teacher saw a snuff film, and it has a guy cutting up a girl with a samurai sword and chiseling her limbs away until there's nothing left but her head. That was actually Guinea Pig, Flowers of Flesh and Blood. I found that out by reading the book. And there's all sorts of urban legends surrounding these movies that are also covered in this book. It's an awesome book. Killing for Culture, remember the title. Remember the picture on the cover. Not hard to miss. A guy holding someone's hand that's just been chopped off, so it kind of tells you what you're in store for. Not a hard read. It's written very, very, the layout is very easy, and you may just enjoy this at night. Have a cup of tea and a crumpet. Whatever. That's my book review for that. Okay, so I sincerely hope you enjoyed that or got something out of it, and I'll definitely try to produce it a little bit better next time. I'm humble enough to admit when I'm not at my peak. Raspy throat. I need questions. Send them, please. Send them to my email address. It's right here. I appreciate all comments, bad and good. I'm not thin-skinned. So thanks for watching, and keep it brutal.